funky.
Good afternoon, guys. It's Gary bringing you guys the top 5 designs of the week number 29. And before I go on with this video, I want to say that the week of October 29th and the 30th, that I'm going to be doing a Halloween special. So I'm going to be giving away a bunch of prizes, like $20 for first place and stuff like that. So if you can, get designing, make those kind of horror themed and Halloween themed YouTube banners, Twitter headers, advertisements, everything like that. And just get ready to submit those, because during that week I'm gonna have like money prizes, cash prizes, and just like stuff like that. So it's gonna be really cool. You know, I want to thank you guys all that kind of support you guys have gave me to be able to do this for you guys. And just keep liking these videos, keep sharing them out to your friends, and just keep submitting your portfolios, because that absolutely means a ton. So without further ado, let's get actually right into the top 5. So the 5th spot, we have Fender Arts, and he did another kind of 3D style for Aspire Pups, and I only gave you a 7.0, and 5th spot was just because I felt that you could have done more with the style. I feel like you kind of rushed yourself with this, that you didn't really put yourself fully into it. I like the background, at least the kind of blood splatters around, and kind of bring your eye towards, you know, those really bright red splatters around the logo. But, you know, when you add that kind of logo in the background and put it on like a low opacity, it just kind of looked like you could have done more. Maybe have a better light source, maybe add some more color within the text and the logo and stuff like that. You could have done a lot more part of this, but just take your time, kind of experiment with stuff like this, and it could be a really, really good style. So that's all I have to say for you. So you got a 5th spot and a 7.0. So the 4th spot, we have Pierced, and he did a kind of 2D style for Era, the design team, and I gave you a 7.4. And first of all, I like this style a lot. I feel like you could have done a lot more with this as well. I like how you did add that kind of yellow accent surrounding on the bottom right hand corner, that one strip, and then also next to the text. But when you get to like the text in the middle, like the logo itself, I feel like you could have made, you know, a bigger shadow. You could have done a lot more with it. I feel like you kind of rushed yourself putting this stuff together, and you know, you could have added more stocks, more lighting. You know, you could have made stuff brighter, had more kind of depth going around. But overall, man, you did a pretty good job, and I gave you a 4th spot and a 7.4. So I'm just gonna say, take your time on this kind of stuff. You know, make sure that you're gonna be happy with your results, and when you're doing stuff like this, make sure that you know that you can't just have a light source on the top of it. You want to have, like, you know, shadows coming off some stuff, you know, everything like that. So that's all I have to say for you. So good job on this one, Pierced. And for the 3rd spot, we have It's Kin, or It's Quinn, and I gave him an 8.0, and he's starting to go with these minimalistic styles. I gave him a 3rd spot, obviously, and with the text inside the middle with the logos was done not so well. You could have maybe use a different font, maybe added the logos at a different area, but the whole middle part itself with like the leaves and stuff like that was done pretty well. I like how you added those shadows around the circle to kind of create that depth, feel that it's above everything. And when you get to like the bottom right hand corner and the top left hand corner, you kind of just duplicated the actual thing you did in the middle and kind of rotated it. I thought that you could have maybe just put some leaves around and maybe put like a big leaf to create the depth field instead of just duplicating the same thing over and over again. It could have created, you know, a nicer feel and stuff like that. And also for the background, you did a pretty good job. You know, there's something in the background that's on a lower opacity, and I do like the whole entire flare on the top. It does make your eye, you know, catch into the more in the middle of the project itself. But the same thing I said, just saying, watch out what you're doing. You know, I can see that you duplicated some leaves and just flipped them and stuff like that. Excuse me, that's just your style. But when you guys get to like the right hand side and the left hand side, just add something else. You know, maybe get a different leaf, make it bigger. Grab some animals, you know, start throwing stuff in. And for the text in the middle, I would have used more of like a bolder font and not so much of like a script or brushed font. And same thing with the logos, I would have tried to add those in a different area. I just thought that it was a little too awkward, you know, placing them in just the middle like that. So that's all I have to say. You got an 8.0 and a 3rd spot, and good job. I don't mean to bash your work, but really good job, man, and I do like these styles a lot. So the 2nd spot, we have Wolz GFX, and he did a 3D kind of manipulation style, and I gave him a 9.6 on this one. And overall, man, he did an insane job. I do like this a whole lot. And I like how you added the rocks in front of the logo, you know, how you added, you know, the dust particles in the background as well as the front. But the one thing that I did not like, or I thought you could have done a lot better, is adding more of like a light source and adding more of like glares and stuff like that. When you get to like the bottom left, you know, top right, and like that little spaceship in the bottom right, that you can see that it's glowing off this kind of yellow stingy color. You could have just taken that and brushed it along the side of your render in the middle. It could have created, you know, a nicer feel, more broader kind of example of everything like that. It could have put the whole entire scene together. And same thing with the top right hand corner, like it's definitely going to be glowing off that insane, you know, white and yellow color. It could have lit up that gold text you have right in the middle of the logo, or it could have just made something pop out a little bit more. But overall, the way you added the rocks, the way you added the spaceship, everything like that looked really, really well together. So you did an insane job, man. I gave you a second spot and a 9.6. So the first spot we have L7 Peach, and he did an insane 2D header for Ragdoll, and I gave him a 9.9 on this one, and I'm gonna go over why I didn't give you that 0.1, but overall he did a insane, space themed Twitter header, and I really like how you just added all these bright colors, added those kind of lens flares, and made everything pop out a little bit more. I haven't seen anybody using those kind of rocket ship, or those, what are they called, those flares. They were always in packs in like 2010 and 2012, and the way you use them in this kind of scene was really good. I like how you made the ones smaller in the background to kind of create, it's not just happening in front of them and then blurring out some of them to make sure that it looks like it's fading out and stuff like that. The whole entire planet's done really well, and the one thing that I'm going to talk about now is why you didn't get that 0.1 is the way you did the text. I'm assuming is that you pretty much made it all like that straight, and then you skewed it, and then you brought it upwards, or whatever the term is on Photoshop. I can't really remember off the top of my head. But when you get to the logos, you just tilted them so they would match the same angle. And if you look at the Obey logo, it's a great example of how that back left side isn't just straight down like everything else is. So what I would have done if I was you, of course, is I would have put everything on a straight line. Then I would have pretty much merged everything together. I would have just hit Control T or whatever, and then skewed it upwards so you guys have that angle that you guys wanted, and it wouldn't have affected the logos too much. And it's not like a huge deal, but the back should be straight because it should match the Obey text, the Ragdoll text, the media, and stuff like that. So that's just one thing that you could have done a little bit better. But overall, man, you did an insane job. The shadows look really great. The lighting is done perfectly. And overall, you did an insane job. So that's why you got a first spot and a 9.9. So thank you guys all for submitting your portfolios. If you guys do have a portfolio, you guys do have some work you want to submit, just click it down in the form below. We're starting to kind of slow down with submissions actually, which is kind of getting, a little weird because we started off getting like 200 and now we're only getting like 60 to 80. So if you guys do have a portfolio, submit it right now, share this to your friends, get the whole entire hype train going, because this is going to be an insane kind of month for the top 5. It currently is October 9th, so the weekend of the 29th and 30th and 31st, there's going to be a $20 giveaway. So as I said before, guys, make those Halloween banners, make those horror-themed banners, and get ready to pump those up into the top 5. So of course, guys, it's been Garrett, and I hope you guys enjoyed this top 5. If you guys did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my later on videos. Peace out.